LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and you're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. And this Coach Shelton Harrison Power Chart is brought to you by How You Gonna Explain This Entertainment. Okay, entertainment for the whole family and lots of fun. Okay, guys, Cris Cyborg. I want to give a shout out first of all to Liz. She peeked me onto this fight. I didn't know anything about it, and I probably would have found out about it later than sooner. Okay, number 1 ranked Cris Cyborg will be facing off against number 13th ranked Lina Lansberg. Okay, UFC. Do you think you could have picked a better opponent for Cris Cyborg? Okay, guys, I don't even want to talk bad about Lina Lansberg because I know that she's definitely been working her way up through the ranks. But I think right now in her career, she's food for Cris Cyborg, and that's just the way that is. You know, and I started thinking, you know what, they couldn't have picked anybody else because let's really think about who they could have picked from. Cyborg has already beat Marloes Conan. She's beat her twice, okay? She beat the hell out of Charmaine Twait. She beat up a Bragmova, okay? She beat up in impressive fashion. So who does that leave, okay? You've got, numbers 3 through 8, okay? That's left over. I think if they were going to pick somebody, me in my opinion, who I think that could give Cyborg a better challenge, they should have picked Megan Anderson. Or they should have picked LaToya Walker. They should have picked those two. I think LaToya Walker is a bit one-dimensional, in my opinion. She don't throw enough kicks. But LaToya Walker has the durability and the chin to deal with Cris Cyborg. Megan Anderson is just a rough and tough customer. And I think Megan Anderson could probably last 3 rounds with Cris Cyborg. But I think Lansberg is food. Let's talk about the attributes, okay? All right, striking. That is definitely going to be dominated by Cris Cyborg. Cris Cyborg is a very good striker. And she can strike from odd angles. She's quick. She throws a very, very good jab. And she mixes it up from the body to the head. Cyborg is good at striking. Lina Lansberg, she's much improved in her striking because when she first started, you can tell that she wasn't really comfortable striking at range. But now she is comfortable striking out of range. The only problem with her striking that I see is that she's not fast enough to execute 3- and 4-punch combinations and get out of there and be effective, okay? Kicking. Cris Cyborg is a very good kicker. She doesn't kick as much as I would like her to. But when she does, she'll do that spinning heel kick, man. And, man, Cris Cyborg is very dangerous with those kicks. Lansberg has gotten better with her kicks. Her leg kicks and her leg sweeps, they have improved. I see that, maybe she can utilize that when trying to fight Cyborg. And that will probably stifle Cyborg from rushing in so fast. I mean, she's going to have to do that. Grappling, Cyborg is a very, very underrated grappler. Very underrated. Cris Cyborg, that jiu-jitsu is second to none. She can take you down at will, okay? When she gets a hold of you, you're going down because she's so strong. Lansberg, she's gotten better. She's gotten better in her grappling, okay? I gave her a 3 on that. She's good in the clinch, and she can shoot those knees, okay? But that's about it to her inside grappling game. That's all she's going to do. She's going to hold you and knee you to death. Submission, neither one of these women, they don't have a submission attempt on their resume. Now, I've already contended that Cyborg is a good submission specialist. She really is good at it. But she opts not to submit people. She'd rather just smell blood. And people, that's just how it is. Cyborg likes blood. She won't submit. So this fight won't end in submission. Lansberg, all the fights that I watched to her, she hadn't submitted anybody. Ground game. Cyborg can dominate the ground game. I've seen Cyborg pulverize people on their foot. I've seen Cyborg take people to the ground and then just beat the living hell out of them. Lansberg, her ground game has gotten better. It's gotten better. But once she's on her back, man, she's done. Okay, there's nothing she can do. She's pretty much food if she ever goes to her back. Strength. Cris Cyborg is like a freaking, she's like a machine, man. Her strength is ridiculous, man. And it's like she'll hit these girls and these girls fall down. Lansberg is a tough customer. She's very tough. Her chin definitely is a good attribute. She can take an abuse, man. Lansberg can take the abuse, and Lansberg will keep coming. The only time that Lansberg was defeated was, she was on her back and she was getting pummeled. She got pummeled to death, and they had to stop the fight, okay? She was still trying to find a way to get back to her feet to get this fight, to keep the fight going. Speed, definitely Cris Cyborg. Lansberg does not have the speed to deal with Cyborg. She just doesn't. Her timing, though, now, I need a category for timing. Lansberg's timing has gotten tremendously better over the course of her career. And she's a very, very good counterpunch, especially her right hand. That lead right hand that she throws, man, she's got enough power to back up Cyborg. And see, that's where I think Lansberg is going to have to try to focus on the leg kicks and just really display power to Cyborg. Because Cyborg, if she realizes that your power is not enough, she's going to walk through you, okay? Cyborg power is just ridiculous, man. I mean, she's hitting these girls, and Cyborg is disfiguring these girls. I mean, she's beating these girls, and you know what? She's destroying these girls, okay? And that's just the way that is. Lansberg, you know, I said she's got good power. Her right hand is her strongest point, man. I think she's going to have to do that to have a chance, y'all. People, that's just how it is. Takedown defense. Cyborg has been taken down before, but it's very rare, okay? It's very rare that she's really ultimately just taken down. She defends that very well because she'd rather keep the fight on the ground. Lansberg, no, her takedown defense needs a lot of work, and she does hit the canvas from time to time. If she goes to her back, the fight's going to be pretty much over, and it's just the way that is, okay? Guys, I really see this as a mismatch, and I don't know, man. And I think Lansberg could get, you know, I think she can get hurt in this fight. I'm talking about seriously injured. And I think she may even get concussed. And I'm not trying to badmouth her. I just think that she needs to really take about 4 or 5 more fights before taking on a Cyborg. Because, you know, her last fight, she was fighting with Cage Warriors, man. And that's a lower-end MMA company. They have some good fights on that program, and I like the fights. But most of those fighters, man, they're just not ready to deal with the likes of Cris Cyborg, man. And I feel bad, man, because they could have chosen. You know what? I would have been okay if they would have chose Megan Anderson. I would have been okay if they chose Latoya Walker. I would have been okay because those are rough and tough and durable girls. Lina Lansberg, even when she fought Muay Thai, she fought against the bullet, Valentina Shevchenko. And Shevchenko, you know, Lansberg is bigger than Shevchenko. Shevchenko threw her around. Okay, in a Muay Thai competition, Shevchenko threw her around. I just can't see Lansberg winning this fight. I got Cyborg winning by knockout. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe.